Now we do know how to use the formula for the derivative of inverse function to find derivatives. But does it mean we have to apply it every single time? Well, we want to be experienced in solving problem. We want the most efficient way. Okay, we can use the chain rule and formulas to take the derivative for this function, sine inverse of x. It's going to be long and complicated. Why don't we use a more clever way? Look at this definition. Okay, the idea of inverse function is that when you take sine inverse of x, you're going to get x back. That's a definition of an inverse function. So really, you're really taking the derivative of this whole thing, by definition, simplified to just the function x. And we know how to take the derivative of x. It's just 1. Now, to make sure you understand, the derivative of an equivalent function will give you an equivalent derivative. We're going to take the derivative the hard way. So what's the derivative for this function? Okay, using the chain rule. Okay, derivative of the outer function, sine function, is cosine of, keep the inner function, times the derivative of the inner function, which is 1 over square root of 1 minus x squared. You can try to memorize that. That will be the derivative. And they are equivalent. The reason is, again, you look at the associated right triangle. Okay? This angle is theta. Okay? What it means is sine inverse of x, it gives you this angle theta back. And what is that angle theta? What's special about it? It's special when you take sine of theta, you must get x back to ensure the inverse sine of x will give you the angle theta back. That is why, or that's all the information you're taking out of this function. So what it means is opposite is x, hypotenuse is 1. Then what's the adjacent? Square root of 1 minus x squared. So basically, cosine of that angle theta is going to give you, so this whole thing, it's going to give you cosine of theta, right? Adjacent divided by hypotenuse, so divided by 1. But then you multiply by 1 over square root of 1 minus x squared. Okay, these two are exactly reciprocal each other. You get 1 back. So either route you take, you're going to get the same derivative when you do it right.